video you posted about the montage in Cyberpunk.
Hmm.
I just figured they recorded different scenes in engine and then kind of stitched the different recordings together, but this seems like a lot harder than that. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't.
Well, it's. I mean, at the end, he comes to the conclusion that the reason why they do it is because it contains the player's customized model, and so you can't.
Right.
You could, in theory, generate, 25 to the 85th power worth different
Permutations of the
cinematics.
character, right?
Right. But the game's download file would probably be a bajillion gigabytes.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good point. So, but they only have to do that in the one part with the mirror, though, right?
well, there's 2 or 3 parts with the mirror, but yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think finding out that they instead fake the mirror by just having
Yeah.
an identical room on the other side is way funnier.
Yeah. It's a good move, but I mean, an old one, as he said, because the mirror room in Mario 64 did the same thing.
Yeah.
But hey, old tricks are good tricks if they work.
Yeah. He also points out that they didn't mirror the posters on the wall, though.
Right. Yeah, one of the comments was like, ah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I still at this point feel like it would have been fun to like do that stuff with Jackie instead of montaging it, but whatever at this point. It's like you meet Jackie and it's like montage, and then you're on the final mission and he dies, and you're like, oh, Jackie.
Oh.
Like I did not have an emotional connection with him at all. He died, and I was like, well,
No.
this guy seemed cool. I'm gonna miss him. He seems all right, but like I wasn't like Jackie, my best friend,
Right.
Jackie. I'm gonna miss you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if
I
they were
agree.
planning. I feel like they were planning it, but it'd be weird. I don't know. It's at the beginning of the game, right? If you're crunched for
Who
time,
knows? Who knows?
I think that was a decision made
knows?
early, and I don't
Yeah.
agree with it. But whatever. I was actually talking with somebody on Reddit about how busted the game was, especially on PlayStation 4 when it first launched, and they were like, "It was fine. You're just a hater." I got death threats on the Cyberpunk subreddit because I said things were okay back when it first came out. So I'm super traumatized by that, and you're just wrong. And I'm like, I mean, they took it off the PlayStation Store, and like, yeah, because they got all these fake reports if it didn't work. And I'm like, all right, I'm not talking to you anymore. You're crazy. I'm sorry bad things happened to you on the subreddit, but seriously, man, it was bad. It is clinically considered. Everybody knows it was bad on the consoles when it first came out, and they've done a lot better now. But good grief. Yeah, and he showed that too. He's like shows them doing the in-engine cutscene on a PlayStation 4 before all the patches, and it's like, yeah, everything's cutting out. Jackie's not there.
Stand in my way.
Amazing stuff.
Am I crazy, or is WASD not the buttons to move the camera?
It is for me.
I am going through my characters with WASD.
Oh, might want to check your hotkeys there.
Yeah, what's going on?
That's very strange.
Oh,
yes.
okay. I alt-tabbed him back in, and now it's fine.
Huh? I mean, turn it off and on again, I always say.
Yeah. If I had to guess why they decided to like montage kill Jackie and not like let you play that, is they had already scripted and wrote like all of the introductions with all the characters set later, and if they let you run around and do stuff with Jackie in Night City, you would have those interactions 6 months early.
Right.
And so they're like, oh, you just can't play these then. Okay.
Right. Later, we're stuck by their own decisions. Yeah.
It's rewrite a ton of stuff, or just, compress Jackie into a montage.
Right. Hey, look at Lord Xenos 5%. Holy smokes.
I got a 0 down there. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a connect to the memory core tech use 100% I can do down here.
Ooh. There's a 40% over here.
Error. Making adjustments.
And Lord Xenos 0.
My success is
Oh.
Ah!
certainty.
Alright, we get a hologram of Necrons killing people.
Right. No, that guy beat the Necron. Nicely done, sir. Lord Inquisitor, we are progressing according to plan. Our troops have already reached the target. I'm going to be appropriately vague so that the player is not spoiled by our conversation when they come later.
He's not being vague. He just doesn't know himself.
That's probably true.
Yep.
It sounded like an Adira scream. Adira, were you here?
It's possible. She was. We just murdered her.
Anyhows, what do you have? Tech use up there, you said?
Yeah, connection memory core, 40%. And goods.
Right where you were or somewhere else? Oh, this one.
Right. Yeah.
To the south.
This Explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
How effective in lore are lasguns against Necrons? I'm gonna
Not
feel like
very.
yes,
Challenge
that's
for
what I
me?
was going to say.
Yeah. I found the Cruciatum Litany. Each of the wearer's single attacks gain plus 10% damage for each negative effect on the target. And then, yeah, you just noticed the super duper plasma gun for Pascal.
No, I'm excited about the litany thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who does a lot of single attacks, though?
Do my individual bullets not count as single attacks?
No.
Oh,
That's a burst attack.
sad. But they're individual bullets, though.
I understand the logic.
All right, fine. Sad.
Alrighty.
Necrons, schmecrons.
My knowledge has its limits.
More goods. Rosary of Defense. The wearer gains 0 number of unyielding beacon stacks %, chance to ignore any incoming damage.
Ooh. There's a turret down there murdering somebody. I don't think it's us.
A tarantula turret.
Can 45% demolish that sucker. Sorry, anything in that goods?
Yeah, the Rosary of Defense. You gain a number of unyielding beacon stacks, chance to ignore incoming damage.
What is unyielding beacon?
It's a thing that Abeloth can do.
Cool.
Does he gain stacks or does he give people stacks? As like a way to defend themselves. I don't remember. It can't be important.
No.
We watched this one.
We did.
Cool, let's skip it.
Somebody taking down a Necron in single combat, which is honestly pretty impressive.
Victory awaits.
Do we have anything that gets rid of old industries or traumas?
Yeah, so it will disconnect us forever.
Sure,
can
but it's
try
better
it.
than going to like the final fights.
Yes,
You
it's
know.
true.
Heals 1 fresh injury or 1 old injury. No,
I
that's not a
have
trauma.
Churgeon medkits from effectively removes traumas, it says. I'm not sure what effectively means there exactly. Does it or doesn't it?
One way to find out.
One way to find out.
Yep.
Who's got a trauma?
Everyone except for you and the
Get a hold of
Abla.
yourself.
I'm
Yay, it worked.
Hey,
Oop.
and it didn't.
Sure did.
Yep.
All right, I'll get to work.
I
Hold
just-
on.
Yeah. While you do that, I'm gonna play you. I'm
Okay.
gonna be playing it from my phone. a clip. I realized that Audible has a clip function. So if you want, you can take a little clip. You can't
Yeah.
export it because that would be copyright infringement or something. I
Regain
can
your
play you a little
composure.
section.
Okay.
Uh,
Just in time.
this is the book that I bounced
Get a hold
super
of
hard
yourself.
off the first time I read Bones Ghosts because of the new voice actor.
Right.
And I don't know what your internal sound for Larkin is, but this was not mine.
Okay.
Regain your composure.
Do it again.
Like, did you? Okay.
murmured Larkin.
Oh, interesting.
Is that a band?
Yeah, disagree. Disagree.
Yeah.
Need a little morale boost.
Hard bounce.
I like how Pascal still has the unholy augmetics.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What's up, Nico?
Back into the fray.
And we got a disconnect from server completely.
Yeah. Okay, so everyone's healed up. Let's save and get back out and get back in. It's going to be super fun.
Super fun. But otherwise, are you enjoying this book?
I am. I'm having a good time with it. I think the pacing
Where
is
are
better
you up
than
to?
I expected it to be.
Pacing.
Yeah. I like that there are Space Marines. I think we just talked about this. I'm like, it's good that the
Oh.
Imperial Guard, you know, there's not any Space Marines around or like a crazy amount of Psychers or anything. They're just out there fighting the good fight without any magic or abhumans. And it's like, oh, there's 3 Space Marines now. Okay.
Yeah, I think Dan does a really good job of being like, there are Space Marines, but we want to use that to tell you just how important this is. And there are 3. They
Right.
get 3. They make
Yeah.
a deal,
But-
that you only get 3.
You only get 3, but like in every 40K book I've ever read, there's never like 1,000 Space Marines in the same place.
I mean, all of the Horus Heresy.
40K. I said 40K.
Oh, okay. See, sometimes that's the problem. 40K encapsulates the entire universe, not just the age.
Oh.
Yeah. So we've definitely read like Uriel Ventress, and he fights with like at least his company of
Yeah.
the Ultramarines. There's like 100 of them.
I know. I said 1,000 for a very specific reason because I know we've read ones
Oh,
with
okay.
100, but
Okay,
it's
so you
never
just want-
like
you
hundreds,
want ones with
thousands,
chapters,
or
where a
yeah,
chapter deploys. Okay.
yeah.
So we read Dark Imperium, where Gulliman comes back in Ultramar to fight Mortarion, and he's like, I have a legion. Thanks, Cole. And there's literally thousands of them.
Fair enough. So the one book that I read 6 years ago, that one had it. Reasonable.
Well, I mean, it was a trilogy, and like pulling it off the top of my head, I could probably think of another one.
Sure.
Do you count Chaos Warbands as having more than 1,000 Space Marines?
No.
I won't
Loyalist.
tolerate weakness.
I'm just saying I didn't trip up on the idea that there's only 3 Space Marines. I'm like, that's how this works in the Imperium. You get
Well,
3.
I think it's really interesting because normally you see them as like a squad. And it's like, okay, why aren't these guys in a squad? Why are they different chapters?
Yeah.
I think that does a really good job of like communicating that these 3 chapters are trying to do stuff in here. And like the White Scars are here, and they're a first founding chapter. Like they were a legion once upon a time. So they don't like. Do they just patrol this area of space generally, or are they here because they recognize the problem? And how many have they committed in total? What's their strength here?
Right. Good question.
And we get 1, and all of these opposed by Dan just saying you get 3.
Yes.
It's effective. It's very effective.
It is. I like it. Can I just say that in all the decades since Mert got his augmetic jaw, that not one single person was like, hey, maybe there's something going on with your augmetic jaw, Mert. You know, until a friggin' Space Marine shows up and he's like, oh, yeah, I see what the problem is. Let's fix it now. It's like, what? How is everyone stupid except for a Space Marine? Like, I didn't see it as an example of, like, wow, Space Marine brilliance and tactical understanding and everything about war. They know how this works. I was just like, no, this is the only competent person who's ever taken a look at this in the entire history of Mert.
My assumption is that because, like, it was just, like, 2 books ago that Gaunt got blinded, and there's, like, a little bit where the Lord General signed off on high-grade augmetics, and Mert just does not qualify for that in under any situation.
Right.
That, you know, Dorden is like, I'm a doctor. We don't have an engine seer in this book, like, I'm the tech guy. So he's like, yep, that's a functioning prosthetic. He meets the standard requirements for basic guardsmen. We can try to do stuff, and it just hasn't worked. Like, anything that they did off page, and most of it has just been Mert trying to, like, figure it out on his own, like being like, I just need to adjust to it, right? But it's not. When I read those, it wasn't like, oh my god, the Space Marines are brilliant,
right?
And everyone else is just dumb. It's like Space Marines are the ones capable of doing this. They have better tech, better understanding. You know.
You know what his tech was? Muscle relaxant.
Yeah, it's true. Well, you can't just be giving out narcotics as a doctor in the guard. Space Marines.
I mean,
look at Blenner.
Blenner's a really interesting character. I am so all over the place with him, and I think that's intentional. But
yeah,
anyway.
He's kind of creepy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But I'm like, can't decide if he's good at his job or not. I'm like, sometimes he is, and sometimes he really sucks. But sometimes he's super competent, and sometimes, like, I totally expected him to be like, oh, thanks for these narcotics, man. I'm going to take these. And instead he, like, reports it. And I was like, what? Blenner, look at you. But then he takes them back. So I don't know. Again, I'm all over the place with Blenner.
Yeah. On the one hand, he's like, he's a commissar that's lived for the same amount of time since Golem is Gaunt, and, like, to not get killed in the field or shot in the back by your own troops. That's impressive. You must be at least a decent commissar in Gaunt's book, where he, like, thinks you're usually going around executing people, you're doing your job wrong.
Yeah. But then also, he's like, all I ever did was be attached to, like, parade troops and bands and things.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a little bit of, like, Gaunt doesn't really recognize how, I don't know, meek his friend actually is. But at the same time, we see him, like, cover for the new Belladon captain who's, like, passed out hungover, and he's like, okay. He knows how to ingratiate himself with people on a personal level. So he does kind of know how to do his job.
He does, but then there's the fact that the new captain wants to kill Gaunt and his kid, maybe, and maybe Blenner should have done something about this other than covering for him. I don't know. Just spitballing.
Well, I mean, he like, from Blenner's perspective, when he's like, oh, that Gaunt, isn't it, like, right after the party where he's, like, thrown a punch at Gaunt, and he's like, look, you just need to cool off that this guy has your brother's command, you know, and renamed it. It feels like it's the kind of thing he expects will just dull over time. It's not like he's like, oh, this guy's definitely out to, like, start assassinating Gaunt here.
I know. And he's wrong. So, like, are you good at your job or not, dude? That's all I'm saying.
Oh, okay. So you can be, if you're good at your job, you're never wrong. Got it.
Correct.
Okay.
Dude, I'm at the point where, I'm at the point where the battle, they're about to go, whatever they're doing in the war, right? And, so Costin is involved in this scam where, you know, and it's like, man, Dorden stood up for him. It's like, Dorden's dead wife is on this list of widows receiving payments from the Monitorium. And it's like, oh, shit. Wow. Costin's going to die. They're going to murder him. Maybe not now, but they're going to murder him.
Sir, I mean, I definitely say some of this for the podcast, but I really love the introduction where it's like a person doing a thing, and then they bounce into another person, and, like, the camera then latches to that person. And like, it gives you this catch up of where everyone's been, and it does that really well. That it, like, it totally just flew past me the first time that like, oh, it's been a year since Valhalla in the last book. That's fine. They've just been like transferring to this place and been here waiting to receive orders. And like, there's this bit where Elodie is walking down and sees
It's
Austin
about time.
buying
We
Amasek.
shall
Right.
prevail.
And he's like, "Oh, sorry, I wouldn't touch this stuff." I'm like, "Oh, that's the guy
Regain your
on
composure.
AX Cardinal who got everyone killed and got spared
Right.
because
Right.
because of Dornan, right?" I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
he's still here. He's not touching alcohol. He's like, it's a gift," and he looked ashamed. That's great. This guy's he's doing it. He's,
I
like,
didn't buy
keeping
it.
his shit together.
You bought it, dude. You're
I mean,
so
maybe the first
gullible.
time. Maybe the first time. Well, here's the thing: we haven't seen him for like 8 books.
I know, but the way he's acting is so guilty. I'm like, there's no way
But-
it's a gift. He's just buying booze. My question was,
Right.
how does Gaunt not know? How has Gaunt not
Mhm.
figured this out by now? That's what I was wondering.
Right.
Yeah.
And like the fact that it was 11 months later, totally like I totally didn't put 2 and 2 together that like, oh, at the end of the last book, Dordan's prognosis is 6 months.
Right.
Like we're way past that.
Right.
And so when Glenn is at like Kurth being like, "Can I call you Anna?" and she's like, "No, no." That like he's like, "I'd like to see the male doctor," and I'm like, "Oh, Dr. Cole." That's it's not gonna be Dr. Colding. It's gonna be, oh wait, and then like he's there, he's still alive. Thank God.
I mean, literally, if you're Dordan, he's
Yeah.
ascribing it entirely to higher powers. Yeah.
He's like, "Could you hurry it up? I don't know how many more days after this we're gonna get." I'm like, "Oh, Dordan."
Yeah, it's good.
Great.
I like it a lot. So I need
All right.
I need a quick refresher when they're on Garyon. Who is
Okay.
Gaunt dating when they're on Garyon?
Okay, so when he's on Garyon, he thinks Anna invites him for a night of fun.
That's not what I asked. Who is he dating?
No one.
Kurt?
No.
I thought he has a
wasn't
relationship
dating-
with somebody.
No. He has a relationship with exactly nobody.
Oh.
But I was going to explain what happens on Garyon, so that the thing that
Yeah.
you might be tripping over would be revealed.
Thank you.
So he thinks he's having a relationship with Anna. He wakes up and finds out that it's Sabatine Kirk who
Right.
basically rapes him.
Yep.
Right.
Sure does.
But I think what I assume is you're getting at this book, and I haven't come to it yet. But like Anna's like, "I went to Garyon with you because I wanted to go with you."
Right.
She wanted something, and he was just like, I don't know, unavailable for the next 18 months on Garyon. Maybe she saw him banging Sabatine Kirk and was like, "Oh, that's okay. That's not what this is."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And gave him the cold shoulder. That might have happened.
Gotcha.
But
Gotcha.
But I don't believe he continues to sleep with Kirk because Ron did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's Argenta. She's here.
She's here. Let's kill her.
Okay, let's talk to Argenta. Rogue Trader, the Lord Inquisitor is inspecting you. Uh-huh.
Inspector. Ooh.
I mean, I'm sure he is. Who's Calcazar? I can't remember. You?
Yo, Calcazar. I don't think I have a voice for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Coming here was hardly prudent of you, your lordship. You and your dynasty have lost my trust, and now my judgment awaits you. Because corruption has rooted itself deep in your soul, you serve the ruinous powers, and the ruinous powers serve you. Sure do. With all due respect to you, Lord Inquisitor, I shall ask you to refrain from any further threats directed toward the blessed rogue trader, lest you face repercussions from me. All right, Abelard, just ride or die, man. How courteous of you to warn me, Master Westarian. I will remember your words. You just want to fight him? Like, asking him questions is going to go somewhere?
I feel like we fought him last time. So what happens if we do just say, "I'm here to help"?
Interesting. What the heck? How is the current game StarCraft?
Yeah, so it is.
What? I changed it before the stream started.
Mm-hmm. You sure did.
And is Nightbot not doing the thing? Nightbot. Anyway, so you're saying you do want to talk to him?
Yeah, let's try.
Okay. Thanks, shield battery. I'm here to help. I try to keep assistants like you at Flamer's range away from my affairs. Argenta, in the full glory of her battle focus, is reciting a prayer in an ardent whisper. Point at the Xenoconstruct. Is that what you're here for? What is it? We call it a shard, and yes, as you have noted quite aptly, it is the reason I am here. This construct contains an ancient, or rather a pre-ancient being of cosmic power. They call it the Catan. The entity is currently trying to escape, and I am here to collar it. Thanks, shield battery. Calcazar nods at the giant device, whose design clearly points to it having been brought into the crypt from outside. We read a book with a shard recently.
Did we?
Yeah.
How, when you say recently?
It was the, our favorite AdMech.
Oh.
Whose name I always want to say is Belsarius Crawl, but it's not.
No, it's Crawl.
It is Crawl.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to say it. Anyway, yeah.
One where he goes down into the mountain with
Yeah.
the Gene Stealers?
Yeah. Isn't there a shard there? Totally.
I have absolutely forgotten that book. Like, I remember the interaction with the Space Marines who are like,
Yeah.
we have shame, and
Yeah.
like, you promised to like rebuild our world core. And he's like, absolutely, it'll be easy.
Right.
I don't remember there being a Necron there, but yeah, I mean, I'll take your word for it.
Okie doke. What is a Catan shard and what is it doing here? A specimen of an ancient predator race devours the pulsars who feasted on star systems. Reality itself bent to their power, but many millennia ago, an ancient Xenos race managed to defeat them, shatter them into pieces, and lock them away in prisons like the one you see before you. A fine plan, apart from it being an insanely audacious one that will almost certainly get everyone killed. I commend your ability to face the facts without fear or prejudice, your lordship. I don't feel like this question has anything to do with what I said, but how will taming this creature help save the Imperium? Over my years of service, I have come to realize that the main problem that humanity faces in this war is the imbalance of power. Our opponents are not races or nations, but incomprehensible monsters. And it is high time we acquired one of our own. My yoke will bind this creature and make it a chained guard serving the Emperor. Okay, so how many times have we seen this story in Warhammer? That is not the
Several.
full extent of my vision. There are other shards similar to this one scattered across the galaxy. I plan on seeking them out and confining them all inside the yoke. Each conquered monstrosity will bolster our defenses. Given the circumstances of our meeting, I do not see why I should hide anything. I seriously doubt you'll share this information with anyone else, for one reason or another. Why did you call for the Astartes to come to your aid? I needed a remarkably strong force to keep my Xenos allies in check. The Emperor's Angels were just the weapon I was looking for, except considering the sensitive nature of my operation, I couldn't very well risk requesting aid from my allies in the Death Watch, could I? And then I remembered an old debt owed to me by a Space Wolves great company, so I decided to call in a favor. They were an asset at first. The Wolves helped me close the Dimensional Gate by overwhelming its security systems. I tasked them with hunting the Xenos condemned by Erasmus, but eventually they started prying, and that was unacceptable. I could control Thorvald by giving him more tempting targets, but the Baleful Howl Pack. They raided an outpost where my agents had been meeting with the Drukhari. The pack took prisoners, but lost the esteemed brother Ulfar. I hope... Didn't we kill him?
I think we just left him in a cage.
Oh, we did. I hoped they would give all to their search, but instead the wolves forced this system's coordinates out of the captives and came crashing down on my head. They had no gate to transport them. They used nothing but their warp engines. Thankfully, they realized their situation too late. So, Tanakia managed to neutralize them. Thanks to your predecessor, I arrived in the expanse at the call of the Explorator fleet to deal with the Archmagus Ermenat's heresy, but I quickly came to the realization that the Cronus Expanse's problems ran much deeper than tech heresy. Unprecedented piracy running wild, blatant smuggling of Xeno artifacts, willful and impetuous rogue traders, and growing threat of the ruinous powers. All this in a region the Drukhari consider their domain. Frankly, I considered purging the entire expanse. It would have been much easier to burn down this whole tangle of threats and corruption, but the web of spies that I had woven presented me with much more interesting and radical solutions. While investigating Amarnat's connections, I turned my eye to Theodora von Valanchus, who ultimately gave me the shard. Theodora's instincts were uncanny. She spent decades hunting for a key that opened the dimensional gate, as if she knew that there was something incredible waiting for her on the other side. Her ladyship was lucky enough to discover the shard during one of her expeditions, a trophy that was too much for her to handle. Archmagus Amarnat studied it on Theodora's behalf, creating weapons in exchange for access to the dangerous relic. But their research was too primitive and unambitious compared to the true power contained within the shard. I had one of my own acolytes, Tanakia, send her spies to Theodora. They infiltrated the rogue trader's retinue, earned their trust, and reported to me about this magnificent object. The rest was trivial. I seized Epitaph and laid down the conditions of our further coexistence. She was wise enough to concede defeat with dignity. I commenced Operation Precious Sentinel. I left a garrison on Epitaph, took the key to the dimensional gate from Theodora, sealed the gate, and started the creation of the yoke. I kept Theodora and her heirs in my sights just in case. Not long before her death, I assigned Heinrichs to her and ordered her to rendezvous with him on Rykard Minoris, but your lordship inherited him instead. I admit I wasn't aware of you. Theodora managed to keep her secret heir up her sleeve. So instead of eradicating Theodora's misdeeds, you chose to inherit them? Argenta's voice rings with righteous steel. Gritting his teeth, Abelard says quietly, in the old days, House von Valanchus would have declared war over something like this, and fought until the offender was dead. What is the yoke? A containment device, similar to this one, except better. The yoke was devised by the brightest minds of two races using the ancient wisdom of a long-gone Xeno civilization, a prison capable not only of holding the Catan shard, but also of controlling it, while releasing fractions of its being. An instrument of obedience and destruction, a masterpiece whose creation required immense efforts. It was made on Euphrates too. I captured Amanat's student, Axiomantha, and she passed all of the mentor's drafts to me. And the one overseeing the process was none other than your acquaintance, the tech priest Cubus Delphim. His fall was regrettable. It seems that the unorthodox, daring things he did at my behest drove him to break his vows and sink into heresy. Someone working for an inquisitor sank into heresy? But the human mind could never have comprehended the shard alone, and thus I appealed to the inhuman mind. I struck a deal with the Drukhari.
Nope. I oblige.
Hey, Penny, I have trouble. Theft of sacraments and secret adeptus mechanicus registered. Inciting Emperor tech priest to commit a heresy registered. Blasphemous merging of sacred technologies with forbidden ones registered. Further transgression registration discontinued.
The drill on Pascal's mechadendrite screeches in fury. You collaborated with the Drukhari? Alas, the operation demanded it. Though, through the agents of one of my acolytes, Emelina, I contacted Archon Emerus and made a pact. I gave her access to the technologies contained within this relic and destroyed her rivals in the Cabal. She would relay information of their raids to my spies, and I would solve the problem. In exchange, her homunculus, Terdavantius, forged the yoke for me. Of course, I did not let him near the shard itself, but rather set up a laboratory for him on Ketsa Temer. It was safer that way. All the pieces were contributing to my plan, but none had enough information to comprehend the entirety of it. A sound strategy. Trust me, your lordship, the threat of the alien pales in comparison to those posed by the ruinous powers. Amaris could plunder 1,000 worlds, but she is no Earl on the Cruel. Oh, hey! He's right here. You want to say hi? She
Hey,
was
right
as
there.
great a danger to her own kin as she was to the Imperium.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Ha! The disruption she caused among the Drukhari was our only benefit. She intended to trigger a powerful disjunction in Kimura, thereby destroying her rivals and elevating her own cabal in the process. Knowing full well how precarious her grand plan was, I made no attempt to talk her out of it. With a little luck, we wouldn't need worry about Kimurag's influence. This new information about a pact combined with the astro observation data collected in this star system, that's Pascal. Sorry, go ahead.
This new information about a pact combined with the astro observation data collected in this star system resolves the inconsistencies identified earlier. Unit Xavier Capilla stands accused of stealing the astrographic records of the Cognizant Fleet.
I am amazed by your analytical prowess. Yes, I needed stars to feed the shard. The cabal of the Reaving Tempest could steal them and bring them here, but it was imperative to preserve the exact energy parameters so as not to trigger the object's premature detonation. I procured the necessary information on suitable stars from the Emperor Explorator's fleet's data scriptorium.
Man, I really feel like the game's just like, yeah, let me tell you what the story was.
Yeah, it's like we could have parsed this out over the course of the game, but nah.
Yeah, I'm like, did we miss a lot, or is the game so big, like, as you go to so many places and look at so many things that, like, they assume the player's just forgotten, even if they did find this.
Right,
You know?
right. Then we found pieces. But yeah.
Yeah.
Registering a Category 1 blasphemy, Unit Xenia Calcazar is hereby sentenced to intravital dissection and study. Upon the cessation of vital functions, the unit's remains must be disposed of in disgrace.
The denizens of the Rykard system, Sentinels, Pride, and all the other starless worlds, you were the one who sentenced them to death by sending the Drukhari after their sons. Well noted. Yes, I acted as their executioner, as regrettable as those losses were. However, to overestimate their importance to the Imperium would have been folly. Every single day, humanity pays a far more terrible price, and that must be brought to an end. And then you got rid of your Xenos allies. There was no need for them, seeing as the yoke was almost complete and the situation was escalating out of control. Theodora was dead, the cult of the Final Dawn had reared its head and was preparing to strike, and Aramis had forgotten her place. She was putting forward too many elimination requests. When I told her to curb her appetite, she retaliated. The theft of the Rykad star was timed to occur when Master von Kallax would be on the planet. The Archon wanted to rob me of one of my agents and send me a message. And then the Cronus Expanse was engulfed in flame. I had to rush the operation and declare sector-wide martial law. The webway gate that Hermes's warriors had been using was destroyed, and the facility on Quetzaltemer was razed. I evacuated the half of the yoke that Cervantes had completed, but it was too late to retrieve the second half from Euphrates Dos. Cubus Delphim revealed to Earlon the Cruel where he should strike, and that almost spelt the end of Operation Precious Sentinel. I appreciate your efforts in resolving this problem. In fact, you turned out to be much more useful than Theodora ever was. What?
I think he's just saying that, like, he had Theodora on the payroll.
Yeah. But
we're
I'm
just doing way better than she is.
No, but like Cubus Delphim revealed to Earlon the Cruel where he should strike, and that almost spelt the end of the thing, but I appreciate your efforts in resolving the problem. Did we stop Earlon from doing something?
So, I assume Cubus Delphim revealed to Earlon the Cruel where half of the yoke was, which is on Euphrates 2, and that's where we meet Earlon. And he sends us to go and resolve the situation there. And I guess when you fight Earlon, he does summon a giant bird.
Right.
Oh, he summoned the bird. He summoned the bird for us, but this time he just like pieced out instead of like dying.
Right.
Oh no. Okay, so even though we don't fight Earlon, the agents still manage to extract the cargo and then run away at the end. You get that bit with the elevator being like,
right.
we're at the top of the elevator with the stuff. Bye, guys.
Right, I remember that.
Yeah.
Okay. You have come so far in pursuit of answers, Falcon. It would be too cruel to leave your curiosity unsatisfied. Seeing as the inhabitants of this place almost killed you, I gather that something went wrong with this plan of yours. Not at all. Operation Precious Sentinel is in its final stages. The increase in Xenos activity is a vexing yet trivial development in the grand scheme of things. They were only supposed to guard the device, but they slept through the intrusion, and only the Catan Shard's emanations could make them stir. Theodore's research destabilized the Shard's prison, and my project only made it worse. Whatever particles of the Catan Shard's energy seeped out, many curious phenomena occur. The destruction of the crypt, the warped reality. When I tame the monster, I will order it to stop disrupting the laws of the universe. The hubris. However, you will not be there to see it, your lordship. I will have the Catan Shard destroy your body so thoroughly there won't be the slightest trace left of you. You may find it lamentable, but there is simply no place for the likes of you in the future that I am creating. That's the second time you have threatened the Lord Captain. Adira's eyes widen. The cold light of prophecy shines in them. The future you are creating, it blinds, it burns, it is filled with the suffering of millions for the sake of the phantom salvation of billions. Salvation in the bosom of a Xeno nightmare. First, I will kill you, and then I will claim your trophy for myself, and then we shall see what I will do to your precious Imperium. There is not a shred of hatred or disappointment on Kalkazar's face, and you showed such promise too. I blame your heredity. Farewell, Falcon. I vow to find and destroy every single seed of corruption you have sown. He glances at his retinue. Execute the heretic. Ambush.
Submit, and you'll die
Nope.
quickly.
No.
Urge them.
I mean, really, also, it shouldn't have been.
Wait, what the what? Why is Pascal on the ground? He can't move either.
Oh, that's a problem.
It is. What? I mean,
He has a bunch of defects on him. He's prone, right?
yeah, that's not good. It's real
He's
bad.
immobilized, and he has the Inquisitor's Presence, which decreases his psi rating by -2, which I assume starts at 0 because he's not a psycho.
He's not.
Okay, well,
He'll be fine, probably.
I mean, maybe.
He gets up on his
5,000
turn.
HP.
Hold it, Pascal. You got this. Oh, parried. Oh,
him a
half my
power sword?
HP. How does he get so many hits? Stop it.
He's an Inquisitor.
Oh, right.
He doesn't have to play by the rules.
I have to pull out my sword. Kind of want to just get away. Can I take another hit, do you think?
Yeah, I think you can.
All right. Yes.
Yeah.
All of you.
Oh, almost.
Oh, but it knocked me prone. That was really
Yeah, but
bad.
you got away, though.
True, but he can just get up. Okay.
Well,
Did
that guy
I,
can do it.
though? Well, all right. That's real bad for
Dude.
us.
Do we want to just restart the fight?
Nah. We can do this.
Okay. Okay. Alright, Adira. Don't die. Don't die, Adira.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. If I step here instead, can I see the Inquisitor? I wish to molten beam him. Okay. If I get here. No? Oh, I'm not gonna be able to shoot through this satellite dish thing.
Probably not.
That's butts, is what that is.
It's a laser, though.
Let's just go. Well, can I hit 2 of these guys in 1 hit? No. Okay, let's just hit. Oh no, that's gonna hit the bird. Let's not shoot from there. Let's go back to the cover and not blow up my bird. Just no, I missed.
You missed?
What? It whiffed? It whiffed? What happened?
It's a laser beam. How does it miss?
I think it whiffed. It didn't even like do anything.
No.
Six HP.
Hold on.
Yes. Please shoot Abelard with everything you have.
You're welcome to try.
Mm-hmm. Don't shoot anyone else. Just Abelard. It'll be fine.
God Emperor, move through. Speed fire in my heart.
Pascal.
He's all right. He's doing great.
Let's get to it.
Super great.
He's still alive.
Yep.
Okay, if I move my bud to here. Okay, I can then do. Yeah, I get Urlon as well. Excellent. Bonus for everyone. All right. This time, laser beam that guy right in the face.
Get her to Dira.
Don't whiff it.
Yeah. I like how she steps out, fires, steps back, and it's still firing just from like nowhere.
Right. Okay. Ooh, Abelot gets a turn. He gets no movement. But that's okay. Oh!
What the? Wait, what?
Okay, so people just fall down if they get too close to him.
Oh, that's what happened.
It literally said keep your distance, and he got prone.
Okay.
Okay, there's a guy behind us. Good to know. I really want to give a free turn to someone. I just don't know who.
Hmm.
Oh man, Argenta only has 183 hit points. That's really low. Alright, Adira. Let's just start laser beaming people.
Mm-hmm. That's how we're gonna win this.
What an unfortunate turn of fate. Be gone.
Yo. Does the number show just the max HP they have? Or does it
That's an
show
int-
all of the damage from the laser? Because I feel like that's just their max AP.
Well, let's find out. Argenta has a maximum HP of 183.
Yeah.
What an
Oh
unfortunate
no.
turn of fate.
It's max damage. See you later, Argenta. Wow.
Yeah.
That was...
Like,
At least you
take
got
a
to
step
shoot.
this way. Yeah. Oh, that'll kill Abel. No. Damn you, Abelard. Why do you have to be down there? Okay. I will injure the Psycho.
Can Space Marines go prone?
I assume so.
did Erlong get skipped? What happened to him?
He hasn't been. Yeah, we're on round 2, aren't we?
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
All right.
It's an excellent question. Yeah, let's. No, can't do that. Cassia, why do you? Why can't you see anyone from where you are? Christ.
See you gasping in
Oh my god, just
crimson.
a good shot.
She is, though.
I think the gun makes it hard for anyone to actually miss, to be honest.
Awesome.
Ooh.
Let's get to it.
In melee range, casting magic isn't attacks of opportunity from from.
Erlong. Should be.
Make it quick.
Guys are cheating.
Okay.
Okay.
Doesn't stand up. Okay, yeah. Nice.
Still working properly.
How dare it?
How dare it?
Use bonus turns on Adira so she can keep lasering people.
Sounds good. Where is she?
Like right behind Urla.
No, it doesn't let me do it. The target
Really?
has to be under the effect, it says. What does that mean?
Oh, she's exerted because Cassia did it. But you might be
Oh.
able to use Finest Hour because that doesn't have the restriction. Yeah.
Rejoice in the coming
Yep.
of Olivia.
Okay, I don't want to murder our own people, so the Mystic stays alive, unfortunately. Do I just wail on Kalkazar? I think I definitely killed one of these other guys.
Doing well.
Actually, I can hit this guy with this.
Ooh, yeah.
Set him on fire at the very least. Flame. And then make it permanent on this guy? Orchestrate flames. I think that made his fire permanent, so that's cool.
I'll take it. Permanent fire is nice.
Yeah. It'll burn him every round. That's kind of all we can ask for. Okay. What's Adira's other weapon? A sword. That's interesting.
Yes, it is. I mean, Commissar, after all.
Yeah, it's true. All right. Hell yeah.
$90 is good. Ooh, heroic act.
He can use
Heroic
it.
act
Yeah.
on Kalkazar.
Activating force mode sacrament.
Oh, and hit the guy behind him.
It sure did. That was cool.
Request approved.
I don't know if frontline matters all that much, but
Better to have it than not.
Yeah.
Running binary override.
You can still use Orchestrate Firestorm.
I don't know which that one does.
It's the other heroic action. Basically
Oh.
you select a zone, all allies, including the Master Tactician that have line of sight to the enemy, make an attack. So if you really wanted to kill that Mystic, you could.
Sure could.
Oh. uh,
What?
the,
Woo.
the attack that Adira chose, it was like send explosions. I guess.
Okay, thanks, Adira. You sure are a firecracker.
What's a side rating? 15. Stay alive, Pascal.
Let's get to it.
He did it. He lived.
He lived. He can Mechadendrite heal himself.
Yeah, he can.
We function as one.
Woo! 26 hit points. Let's go.
And then he can run into the skulls. That'll also heal him on his next turn.
Activate calculus.
Bring it, skulls.
The undesired
Nice.
He's fine.
That guy has 2,000 HP.
Mm-hmm. And how?
running binary override is an equation. Your life is a negligible variable. Just a minor setback.
1.
Abelard, how come he didn't get up on his turn? What happened?
My assumption is he's just still within the aura.
Out of my way.
Alright, we're gonna have to laser Calcazar, and then Abelard can work on everybody else. Ow. Crazy ow.
Bypass, yeah.
Alright. Thanks for your
It's
squares.
nice to know.
Yeah. How come Adira's not down? She's right up there.
I guess it turned off. Oh, attack of opportunity as I leave? Oh. Bye, dear.
Wow, that's not good for us. Our super damage dealers are gone.
Yeah. And we can't give Abelard a turn while he's on the ground. Yeah, let me buff Urlon. Yeah, this should help.
Ooh, yeah.
working.
It is.
Right until you got out of melee range.
I'm gonna try to get up close, just for curiosity.
Yeah. Worked.
Yeah. I think he's too big.
Maybe. Take another swing.
Mm-hmm.
Wail on the dude.
Is anybody alive? Like, yes, here, have some resolve. Get up. And be resolved.
0. Interesting. these demons.
Let's make it. Pain and duty go hand in hand.
Knocked the Space Marine back a little bit.
Yeah. Ooh, now you should be able to give turn stat blood.
Done. Where did my... Oh, my spawn got killed by Adira. I'm like, I spawned something
Yeah.
in. The explosions, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, an exemplary strike.
Check it out.
Someone else can do
Abelard gets
this.
to do things.
I doubt it.
I mean, if we just want to keep doing this, I'm cool. Because he's going to die. Because he can't hit Abelard. Because nobody can. Are we really doing this with Calcazar?
An exemplary strike.
Calcazar, stop!
Every time he gets hit, he gets to make an attack. Every time
Oh,
I block it, I could shield bash him. That's funny.
that's amazing. That was huge.
Yeah. Oh man, so as Stacks of Unyielding Beacon, the thing for the rosary he got,
Yeah,
he at the moment has a 13% chance to ignore any incoming damage.
that's pretty good.
Throw that out
Stacked
there.
with everything else that he's doing.
Yeah.
Target well
Ooh,
struck.
ooh. Aw.
Grey hair, sure happens.
Not me, Abelard. Abelard!
Fortunately, you hit first.
Yeah, that's true. Be continually awesome, Abelard. You got this. Wait, did Adira spawn on these demonettes then?
Yeah, yeah.
Adira. Adira.
Hold on. Let's get to it.
You dodged a really long time.
Sure did.
Hey, that's my trick.
Yeah. That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Oh my god, he's like you. He does all of his attacks and then applies aim for the opening.
Exactly.
Out of my way.
He learned from Cabela. Generation. Get him, Abelard.
No, I don't want to move there. I want to relocate my skulls there.
Not looking too hot there on your HP there, Calcazar.
He still has 957. He is more than the rest of the team combined. It's still.
Like our team? Yeah.
There you go. You get a little turn. No movement, but maybe your dash will work.
It will. You can't hit me, you piece of garbage. 400.
64.
The buffs have been good.
Now he's stacked with his friend. That's weird.
That is weird.
Aw.
Let's get to it. An exemplary strike.
Oh, he kneels there when he's nearly dead, right?
Ah, right. Very important
That's him, like, out of the fight. Yeah.
to be right there.
Yeah.
So he's not attackable?
I don't believe so.
Let's make it quick.
Yeah, he's on the turn order.
Hold on. Brace yourself, Abelard.
His gun blew up on him.
One fewer target.
417, Abelard.
Pretty good.
I took care of this one. Reduced to dust.
600. Don't worry, Lord Captain, I'll save you.
Target well struck.
Because, you know, he's
One fewer target.
teabagging. Okay. Well. Alright. Only a couple guys left.
Yes.
All of them with very low HP.
Where's my movement? What happened?
Let's see. Something happened.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Okay. It's fine. Who needs movement after all?
Not me, that's for certain.
No. I can
Wow.
shoot at him.
Let's get to it. Out of my way. My ears are ringing.
Thanks for lining up, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Make that easy.
Let's get to it. I took care of this one.
some movement this time.
Some. Oh, Calcazar stood back up. He's not in the fight, but he's no longer kneeling.
Because I shot him.
Probably.
I appreciate the one there.
Hey.
Woo!
No. It is too early. The yoke must be activated, or all is lost.
Stab him in the back, me. Or just stand there. Standing there is also fine.
Yeah.
Oh, hey! Almost is here. An invisible yet clearly tangible aura of power envelops the figure clad in the robes of a tech priest. It is all the more baffling to hear a youthfully excited voice from under the hood.
This is it! The place of our origin!
Nomos's gaze is trained upon the Catan shard.
It was your strike and your wish to escape your prison that begot us.
The mysterious creature that had been your ship's soul for so long turns to face you.
But it's you, Falcon, who truly ushered us into this world. So let us meet our abominable precursor together, for it is ready to break free.
What's up, Nomos?
We're out of time. Now! It escapes now!
In-game cutscene. Let Calcazar do whatever he wants, I guess. That's cool. That 8-pack on that Catan shard. And Calcazar has exploded.
Die, inhuman scum!
Oh boy. To walk bravely into darkness. So, how's it looking?
20,000 HP.
Oh, so bad then.
Pretty bad. Immunity of Deathless is immune to the following effects: cannot attack, fatigue, disturb, toxic, perplex, or horrors of the warp. Mental damage to this creature is reduced by 50%, and machine damage is increased by 30.
Did it say machine damage is increased?
Yeah.
I think I remember this fight. I think I remember it sucked.
Yeah, I definitely remember it being less fun than the rest of the game. Bird. And skull, yeah. Alright, Pascal, heroic act.
You got it, man.
Knock his deflection down from 50, please.
Done.
My vow is to serve.
He lowered all these stats by a ton. That's cool.
Yeah. That's what I'm here for, folks. Pretty much it.
Request approved. Cogitation
Yep. Didn't use your attack.
Couldn't see him.
Oh, okay. Did he? Yeah, he teleported all of us a bunch of places. Okay, so having my bird in a specific place to apply buffs to everyone is moot.
Moots.
Well, Urlon, it's your lucky day.
Hooray! It's me, Urlon, the happiest chaos monster of all time. It's not doing the
Well,
thing,
damage.
is it? I got
He
3.
was doing it a little bit. He was doing it a little bit, but 5 damage at a time.
Yeah.
Here you go, Urlon, have a little mini turn.
Oh, okay. Woo! Crits. Brutes.
Lord is here to save the day.
He is. Holy Hannah. 81, let's go. That's more than 2.
Yeah, this is against one of the copies. So,
Oh, right. That's
No.
okay. That helps.
yeah.
It's me.
It's a me.
All right. Sounds good. Let's do that. Wait, do we want to go
I bet you
after
can-
Shade or Big Guy?
I think shards, the copies. Yeah.
Okay.
Suits my purposes. Not a problem for me. Nothing I can't do. Suits my purposes.
Knock down the eroding shard copy. Let's find out. No.
No.
Shot his friend.
An exemplary.
Free hit. Free hit.
Okay, Adira.
Laser beam time. The laseriest.
But does she laser beam the big guy? Because, well, if it's gonna be the thing that does the most to it, I think so. Yeah. 300 and something to him.
Nice.
And then, for my next trick, Yugi.
You Kaibaketa?
The bird gets the first kill.
Bird.
And then, I guess, apply a buff to Avalon. And then another buff to Avalon. And then analyze the big guy as well.
All right, big guy, you stay here.
Alright.
Urlon will tank forever.
So I think between Pascal using his heroic action and Adir's laser beam,
Yeah.
collectively did more than 3,000 damage because we technically lowered its max HP from 20,500 to 18,250.
Nice.
So just, you know, technically speaking,
Right.
over 3,000 damage.
Right.
Yep.
Good job, Pascal. Rest in peace.
Is he dead?
Oh, he's not. I was just so used to him always being dead. Do a thing, Pascal. Hey. Pascal's alive.
He is.
As the tactical imperative dictates.
Run away.
You coward, Pascal.
I am.
Request approved.
Good hit.
And a terrible shot.
Yes.
Vulnerability analysis.
Just remember, your gun can't overheat.
Yep.
Explode. He does shoot his turns. Oh, he
Yeah.
killed you.
Aww.
Yeah. Sorry about that, bud.
Yeah.
You know what's great? We'll have a rogue trader character. It'll be the player's character. Players will get really attached to them, and they'll die in every fight and never get to play them.
Yep. Exactly.
This, I think there's a problem with that model, sir.
There is.
No, there couldn't. There couldn't be a problem with that model. Can't laser beam anyone. I've made a terrible mistake.
Oh no.
Just have to
Lasering is
settle for
why
a second
you're
this one on
here.
fire. Yeah. Alright, don't kill yourself, don't kill yourself, don't kill yourself. Oh, and Abeloth gets a little mini turn. Yeah, it's also pretty annoying that they're just like, and if a player goes down in combat, there'll be no way to bring them back to life.
Yeah. No Phoenix down, no nothing.
Yeah. Good kill.
Nice.
Alright, Adir. It's your time to shine. Let's laser beam this guy.
Lasered.
And not kill ourselves in the process.
1,000 total. 1,500 total. 1,700 total.
I think it got up to 2,000 by the end of it. Well, she can still make one more attack with her bird.
Bird. Yeah, 159 bird.
Oh, the yoke. The yoke is a thing on the map.
I think
Interesting.
We like the yoke. The yoke is helping us.
Does appear as if energies are flowing out of it.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess Avalon's gonna try and kill this other shard copy.
Oh yeah, try. There is no try. Do or do not.
Yeah.
Pascal sure is far away from everything.
Mm-hmm. You did run him away from everything.
I did.
Last time.
I was afraid. Yeah, a couple hundred more. Another more. Zapping the deer is real bad. Deer, no. Okay.
It's okay.
All right.
Fractured echoes beckon.
105.
Yeah.
Shattered divinity.
Alright, Avalon, let's get him.
Grey hair, sure hair.
Woman's candles. She's slow.
An exemplary strike. Grey hair, sure hand.
Moment of integrity. Gone.
An exemplary strike. Grey hair, sure hair.
Interesting.
It is.
An exemplary strike. Target well struck.
Fleeting moment of integrity. Gone. Lost in
Dira, get that health back up. You got this. Thanks, Skulls.
What enough for turn of fate?
Oh, damn it.
No! Hey, Blue Horror.
Well, he's burning. He's down to his last 8,000 HP. It's fine.
Path is not blocked. I promise. What the? This is the jankiest charge in the history of charge.
Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at a post that just says most hype game comes out is the worst thing ever. Examples. And like, all the comments are what you'd expect, like Fallout 76, Starfield, No Man's Sky, Anthem.
Yeah.
Someone saying, I hope Grand Theft Auto 6 is terrible because it'll be funny. But Claire Obscura?
Who? What? No. How is that possibly on the list? Look.
And how does it have up to 6 likes?
Yeah. Trolls. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
First of all, it wasn't hyped. What are you even talking about?
It wasn't the most hype, but it was a little.
A little bit. But I mean, not compared to everything else on that list.
No. Oh, Pascal's in the rear.
Running binaric override.
That he is.
The Omnissiah now.
Ooh.
Request approved.
Oh, an exemplary strike.
What happens if I try to make it walk towards you?
Let's find out.
Target well struck.
Oof.
It gets there. It can get through there, but you can't charge?
Nope.
What is this garbage?
I don't know. Charge works with the other characters, just totally busted for Erlon.
Can I back up and still make a charge? Yeah, this looks good.
An exemplary strike. Target well struck. Gray hair, sure hat.
things.
Yeah, the missing the 30-foot tall glowing shard of Catan while you're standing an inch from him. Got it.
It's phasing in and out of reality. You didn't like.
I hit it with
whiff.
my axe.
You shot. Yeah, and then you hit a corporeal part. You shot right through its incorporeal parts with the bolt. That's yeah, that's exactly what happened. Yep.
100%. Every time I search up Erlon on anything, every response is like, why does Erlon suck so much?
Oh, really?
Everyone's like, he's supposed to be this kick-ass Chaos Space Marine, and he's garbage. And it's like,
I don't think it's that bad. It's a little annoying you can't equip him with anything.
Yeah, well, and that he can't really do damage. Like, he's... Like, the best thing you can do with him is turn into someone who buffs everybody else, which is a little bit weird.
Heavy is the tread of his faithful. Running by their
Can do damage. I just think everyone else is broken in that capacity. Like, Nadira does way too much damage on her own. Like, I think that's far without. Like, I think Erlon's within the bell curve. Everyone else is just like way on the outside. You know?
I guess. Good hit.
Oh, Pascal.
He did it. He's alive. That's all that matters.
It's true.
integrity factor increased.
Good job, Pascal.
Oh, right. Kara's still hanging around.
Zap, 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 zap.
Figure if I give Erlon a turn, his swing could get more swings out of Abelard and the pink horror than if I just gave Abelard a turn.
Sounds good.
See?
Yeah.
And you get another chance to shoot.
Yay! That's what I was waiting for. Hey! Damn it.
You aimed at the right spot this time.
I did. Good job, me. Good job, Erlon the Cruel.
Alright, but that sounds kind of annoying.
It sure is.
You didn't? Oh, you bring it down. Okay, I was like, what?
Gray hair, sure hair.
How dare you?
Here, I'll take the victim's place. I suck. Do I have to be standing there to do it?
Oh, probably. But you can do things first. Like, you have heroic action you could apply to someone.
Yeah, someone.
Preferably Abelard.
Oh, or Cassia. Hey, Cassia.
Cassia will use her free action to snipe this guy 4 times.
Okay, sounds great.
know what? That wasn't a bad. It wasn't a bad turn. I think it did like 1,000 damage all up.
Yeah. We'll take that.
Cassie will use her bonus turn to take the victim's blade.
Wait, did you do it?
No, she didn't have any movement.
Can Pink Horror do it?
Ooh, that's an idea.
That is an idea.
Yeah.
His turn is coming up.
Yeah, let's see if he'll do it.
All right. Yeah, Catan, suffer as your corpse emperor suffers.
You know those Catan and their corpse emperors.
Yep.
Fractured echoes beckon.
Our esteemed Magos has fallen.
Oh, see you, Pascal.
I guess he was bleeding.
No, he can't. Oh, wait. He can.
Can. But he
Wait.
summoned another one.
Wait, what is happening?
So I think Abelard might be out,
No,
but
it says it-
Urlon is now also in there.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, that's no bueno. Nobody wants to be notched.
It's the weirdest fight.
Target well struck.
Entropy whispers through my existence.
Oh, he summoned more copies of himself.
Ugh, hate this guy.
What did he do? How far away can I walk and still charge? Yeah, that'll do.
An exemplary strike.
Okay, Laser, calm down. Stop hitting Abelard. Not okay.
How dare you even try?
Yeah.
Fractured echoes beckon.
Oh,
Oh, is right.
well, for a second I thought Urlon was getting its on.
Is there an AdMech back there doing stuff?
Yeah, Nomos.
Oh. Hey, Nomos. Can you help a little more? It'd be nice.
But like a lot more.
I don't know. Do something.
Entropy whispers through my existence.
Target well struck. An exemplary.
Why don't you just die? Oh, Cassia missed.
Fractured
Shooting this thing's really hard.
Oh, no.
entropy whispers through my existence.
Oh my gosh. You're just locking the entire party down.
I think it burnt to death.
Seriously?
If we win this, it's because he burnt to death. If we lose, this is him being set free because he killed us all.
Ah,
How he killed Cassio is beyond me, but
true. We probably won.
so I assume we probably won.
It's a good fight when you're not sure what happened exactly at the end.
Yeah, it didn't help that I was like fast forwarding through his turn.
Yeah. Well, also it is a Shard of Catan, which is kind of an unknowable thing anyway, so maybe it tracks. So we're kind of stuck on a black screen with music?
Give it a minute.
Okay. I'll look up more about how Earl on the Cruel sucks.
It's an option. Oh, here we go.
The ancient monster struggles against the energy manacles of the yoke. Its impossible powers that make reality itself burst at the seams are now being forced into a compact dungeon, quirk by quirk, returning it to a cruel and painful non-existence in the moment. It could struggle harder, but something is hindering it, and that something, I think, is Nomos. You are the cause of these hindrances. Oh no, it's just me. Only now does the Catan Shard turn its focus on you, for the battle was nothing more than the reflexive resistance of an alien mind absorbed in a completely different range of thoughts and responses. What's up, Happy? You did have an incredible free-for-all game. That is true. Stream's going great. But now it is thinking about you, and its thoughts are so corporeal that you can sense them and know them. It seeks an end to the confrontation. It is capable of resolving it in a way that would benefit all. More and more tears appear all over the shard's form. As the yoke absorbs its power, it becomes increasingly harder for the shard to maintain its physical structure. Each imperfection you inflict brings the star predator closer to imprisonment.
Don't bow your head before the abominable precursor. It was begotten by the dark abysses of the past. It is a fragment of that which would devour stars and erase civilizations. It knows no benefit other than its own. Allow us to stand against it. This is our time, our impossible chance.
But that's your dad.
Papa?
It was born from the shard. Why does it want it dead? As yet another layer of reality cracks, a figure appears before you. Her. After giving you a probing and appraising look, Theodora permits herself a slight smile. Nomos?
If our birth ever had purpose, then it is here and now.
Why do you call the shard your precursor?
Because that is what it is, and that is what we are.
Oh.
We have told you before about Theodora's ambition, Amanat's mind, the ship's cradle, and Apataph's secret. One sprouted into another and spurred yet another, thus Nomos was born. We were but an echo of the shard's power, an echo that left its prison, but we have become something so much more with your help.
What do you intend to do?
Clash with the precursor, touch it, absorb it, so that the reflection becomes the object reflected, so that the shard becomes Nomos, and then, and only then, will its threat be eradicated forever.
Does this end with you getting unimaginable, unfathomable power, Nomos? What will happen afterward?
We stand at the threshold of probabilities and outside the bounds of the predictable. It is beyond possible to know whether or not we cannot. But we are burning to try. How can we refuse such a feast?
All right, Nomos, if you turn into an unfathomable shard of Catan and kill us all, I'm going to be very upset. You can sense the shard's reaction, observation, analysis, and an almost intangible anxiety. Act now, my child.
We are ready for the most important battle Life. Wish us luck.
Good luck, Nomos. Nomos steps towards the shard, and the whole world explodes into a terrifying whirlwind. You can hear the colors and see the touches. Ice burns your hands while fire leaves you freezing. And in the midst of this madness, you can clearly sense a battle raging, a clash of two beings, one endlessly ancient and the other endlessly young. Kaboosh. Zap, 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 zap. The power of the Catan Shard is such that it redefines the very notion of power, but it has a weakness, one that you can see only now, with the Shard and its rival standing face to face. The Shard is just that, a shard. It is incomplete. It is not whole, and it cannot be what the Catan was before. What opposes the Shard is something entirely different, an undivided, sentient being with a clear purpose in mind, akin to a well-aimed arrow, and the one who fletched and loosed this arrow was you. The battle goes on and on and on, outrunning the course of time, but you do not need the gift of clairvoyance to know who will emerge victorious.
Lord Inquisitor, running out of time to seal the Catan Shard. No, you can't. You have to bolt 8 Aquillas to the side of this thing first.
The Catan Shard was transmuted into a new form, and their name was Nomos, possessing the power of an ancient being, oh no. And nurtured by the rogue trader, the young star god watched over the Coronis expanse, their new domain, with curiosity. We did create a new god. The Coronis expanse became the hunting grounds of the new wicked sovereign of the Von Valentius dynasty. From the ruins of the old order, a new kingdom was born, one that worshipped the dark gods of the warp. The formation of a new gargantuan punitive squadron began in the Calixis sector. However, no one knew if it would make it through the furious warp storms of the Great Rift. Nomos did not have long to learn their new powers. At the bidding of the dark gods, Falcon Von Valentius imprisoned them within the yoke, turning them into his shackled monster. The strange entity, imbued with a sliver of a star god's power, was beyond the reach of the rulers of the warp, and as such, they were dangerous and destined to be enslaved. Boo! Hiss. When the rogue trader rebelled against the Imperium, he united heretics and enemies of the Creed in the expanse around him. No one was brave enough to challenge the master of the enslaved stellar beast. Under the rogue trader's iron rule, a new legion of the ruinous powers was forming, welded together by fear and obedience. The unholy blessing of the dark gods fell on the shoulders of the rogue trader, showing everyone that he was their champion, destined to bring the expanse under their rule. But it is well known that the favor of the lords of the warp is fickle. The Edge of Daybreak, the greater demon who turned Euphrates II into his lair, provided guidance and counsel to his lordship, revealing the intricate will of the Lord of Change and warning him about threats. This remained so until the path changed and Falcon Von Valentius and the Edge of Daybreak became enemies, vying for power in the expanse. In the raging warp, nothing is forever, and no alliance is strong. A mysterious entity, referred to some as the King of Distortion, granted immense power to its herald in this conflict. Sometimes the rogue trader was struck with incredible luck, and was accompanied by strange discrepancies in the memories of its witnesses, while some remembered events as they actually transpired, while others recalled different circumstances much less favorable to the Lord Captain. But the expanse is filled with fools and madmen, is it not? Years later, the rogue trader's body could no longer contain his mortal soul, and he was granted one last boon. For his wicked deeds, atrocious sacrifices, and unspeakable oaths, the ruinous powers lifted him to the Empyrean, where they transformed him into an abhorrent demon prince. The great ascension was complete. How many, straight up regular people have become demon princes?
I mean, a bunch.
Okay.
Is the answer. Over 10,000 years, a bunch, but it's not like an everyday thing, obviously.
Yeah. But it's not like, wow, this is crazy rare.
Yeah, it's much more common for the Primarchs who turned and became demon Primarchs,
Right.
obviously. Space Marines.
Yep.
given that they live for so much longer,
Yeah.
they can do a whole lot more terrible shit. I do find that really funny when there's like a siege of Vrax, this planet Vrax. Really interesting story about like a priest who gets raised to like a cardinal of a sector, and he's like, the first thing I'm going to do is take a parade through all the planets that I own. And when he's there, he gets like it in his head that all these people worship him, basically.
Yeah.
And he's like, I need to do a holy war, but the Imperium won't let me. And so one of his advisors is like, well, if you get to this planet, there's actually a Munitorum like warehouse there that's filled with like tanks and bullets and stuff. And then he just like convinces him that the Imperium's definitely going to come and kill you, and so we need to start raising an army. Isn't this all really convenient? And then the Imperium goes, well, hey, hold on. Creatures aren't allowed to have armies. He has an army. Let's go and kill him. A self-fulfilling prophecy. But it turns into this like huge, long grinding meat grinder of a war, where the Imperium's like, we only need 57 billion people, you know, for every one of theirs that we kill. We can take that trade. And it's such a soup of like just death and carnage and misery that one of the cardinals who like whispered into the other guy's ear, he gets raised to Demon Prince, and I'm like, okay, I get it. This war was really awful, but Typhon's been around since the Heresy. He turned basically the entire Legion to Nurgle, and he isn't a Demon Prince.
Right. And I mean, he'd become without even wanting to be one. I mean, it sounds like that cardinal maybe didn't want to be one, but he's one anyway.
No, the cardinal did, but
okay.
Like by that point, yeah.
All right.
It's not even the original one that everyone was like worshipping who had the high rank. It was like this lesser deacon who was whispering in his ear the whole time. The other guy who ended up being mad and locked in his own dungeon while the Space Marines turned up and took control of everything.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. All right. So good to know. Having lost its leader and lacking a worthy successor, the Korra dynasty began to weaken. The grim legacy of the abominable Aspis revealed itself, and the Protectorate fell into chaos. Grasping claimants tore the defenseless Dements apart. After openly embracing the patronage of the Skull God, Caligos Winterscale swept over the expanse like a fiery tornado, bombing peaceful planets and destroying void ships. His dynasty's realm became a nest of piracy and heresy that required immediate purging. Oh, I was going to ask, too, so hold on a second. So I turned into a demon prince, but, like, I just have a normal lifespan?
Well, you had a normal lifespan, and then you turned into a demon prince. Because they said that, like, your body eventually gave out, and who knows what a normal lifespan really counts for as a rogue trader, right?
Right.
Augmetics and Rejuvenate and stuff. And then they were like, okay, as he's dying, you're a demon prince. And now you're immortal. Congratulations. You won 40k.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. The cult of St. Drusus continued its indefatigable struggle to spread the faith around the expanse and expose the vile transgressions of the authorities. The stronger and wealthier a planet was, the less its rulers wanted to see black-clad preachers. Riots and assassinations pushed the cult to the place where it felt most confident, the frontier. Their calls to rally against the evil breeding in the Von Valentis Protectorate were answered by thousands of the righteous, but noble authorities were deaf to their sermons.
Hold on.
Yeah, we turned him. What is this garbage?
We turned him.
We did.
This is... Yeah.
Lame. Years after its first unsuccessful attempt, the cult of St. Drusus finally colonized Jefferson. The teachings born there became more widespread, even in the wake of rumors that the sermons of the Emperor Progenitor were dangerously unorthodox. Adepts of the Jefferson insisted on their purity, noting their accordance with the writings of the Reverend Hieronymus dos Sorso. The nauseating breath of the grandfather Nurgle poisoned the sermons of Reverend Hieronymus. Preaching the omnipresence of rotten taint, he no longer called for purification, but tormented the souls of his flock instead. Falling into despair and craving solace, his people were willing to bow to any force that could promise peace and relief from their suffering. In the following years, the Cognizance fleet slowly and deliberately left the explored systems of the Expanse for the furthest remote regions. Observation stations and claimed worlds were abandoned, and even Euphrates II became derelict. Statistical divination warned the fleet's conclave of the grim events awaiting the Expanse, and yet they decided to deliver their fellows from the coming storm. They did not share the truth with the laypeople. Many members of the conclave perished during the tragic events that accompany the return of the Messiah of discontinuing the cycle. The hierarchical chain raised Magos Dominus Opticon 22 to the highest circle of leadership. He remained there for more than a century until he was deposed and disposed of, charged with attempting to revive the anathemized schism. The crisis in the Expanse dealt a serious blow to the business interests of the Fellowship of the Void. Having no powerful allies, they retreated into the darkness of frontier systems. The hard life they faced there forged them into a new tribe, furious, wild, and willing to do anything for survival. They swore to return and retake what had once been theirs. As their enemies' activities ramped up, the Fellowship of the Void required more powerful allies. Old Ryza, with other pirates following suit, embraced the blasphemous doctrine of the Dark Gods, and her ships became immune to the damage caused by harsh warp storms. If prior accusations of the pirates' widespread worship of the ruinous powers had been wildly exaggerated, with every passing year they became closer to the truth. Violence throughout the Expanse put many on their guard, and as a result, the Casabelica mission's business declined. Soon, rumors surfaced among the cold traders about a so-called commission that had made it through the Maw and into the Expanse. Its professed purpose was to audit assets and take measures to restructure operations. These words carried with them an ominous threat. Vladim Tokara, as Liege of Footfall, survived 14 assassination attempts and thwarted no less than 2,000 schemers before a shot finally took his life. The esteemed Liege's...
Before you continue, I want to say something.
Yeah, the esteemed Liege's funeral was held in great secrecy, with only his closest entourage being permitted to view his corpse, which spawned some peculiar rumors.
So, I have tattoos on my fingers, right?
Yeah.
And one of my tattoo fingers has a V on it, and it's in the exact same Gothic script that Vladim Tokara's big V is.
Yeah.
And people often have trouble reading it.
Right.
And I'm realizing now that if I were to go back in time, that's that bottom slash that rises towards the L from the bottom is a little blunted on my finger. So, but otherwise, it looks exactly the same as that, only with a bigger hook on the left-hand side at the bottom.
It does look kind of like a D.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah,
but it's that little slice up that gives it away as being a V. Anyway.
Hey, look, it's back. Vladim, who had formerly stayed clear of these suspected of heresy and dealing with corrupt gods, changed his mind with time. The mission ships were not only brought contraband to different worlds, but they were also transferred suspicious individuals clutching books bound in strange hide. Not everyone liked it, but no one was brave enough to challenge the orders of the terrifying Vakamo. The Imperial Navy was wary of the rise of the Von Valanches. They saw themselves as dogs guarding the flock of the Emperor's subjects. And there was a new master of the pack. Therefore, the dynasty was watched with utmost diligence, and the admirals feared that one day they would have to go to war against the rogue trader. Are you... Yeah. What? Yes? What are you talking about?
I'm gonna assume that these wrap-ups are not all immediately like, here's how everything ended. Like, this first page is literally day one of post game, and then the next one will be like day 700. You know, so this one they're like, oh, I'm worried. The admirals are like, I'm worried that we might have to go to war, and then like 300 days later, they absolutely do. That's how I'm going to interpret these.
Fair enough. I'm down.
Yeah.
When the rogue trader's apostasy became apparent, 300 days later, the Imperial Navy fulfilled its duty and fought the Van Valanches dynasty. The Battle of Dargonus ended in resounding defeat, and the surviving ships fled to distant systems. Disheartened but not broken, the captains vowed to rebuild their force and planned raids into the apostate territory. Dargonus grew and prospered until it became the capital of the Coronis Expanse. The planet was like a giant magnet whose pull held together the worlds of the Expanse, absorbing the treasures and vices of the sector. Humanity was exploring the Expanse, and Dargonus became the capital for the brave starfarers and pioneers. It was from here the expeditions departed into the uncharted wilderness, and here they returned bearing wondrous trophies. Captains, cartographers, and scribes flocked here to exchange news and die to heresy. The foulness that festered in the depths of Kiava Gamma was patient. Its tentacles crept into workshops after workshop, capturing Magos after Magos, the words of binaric mantras were distorted and the algorithmic catetism was compromised. Beneath the shell of iron, a vile worm gnawed at the world's heart. The enthroned Null Caliph drew millions of pilgrims and granted the planet hallowed status. Its sacred calculation continued for centuries, and the foremost sages of the Adeptus Mechanicus traveled to the world so they could attempt to divine its meeting. Janus was conquered, the Xenos spirits were exorcised, and the wilderness was subdued. The fields grew until they covered the entire planet, and billions of tons of provisions were harvested there. Janus had become the breadbasket of the Expanse, and to threaten it would be to condemn millions to starvation. Also, it's heretical. The nobility of the Expanse appreciated the idyllic conditions of the pearl-like paradise world. White castles rose above the agri-complexes and their mud, and the shining knights of Janus gifted the sector with many a hero who covered themselves in glory. Sure. Vistenza Viat's reign was long and bloody. The Prince of Pleasure bestowed the secrets of metamorphoses upon her, and Janus's nature was transformed. An endless string of serfs was sent into her palace, their blood, flesh, and souls consumed in experimentation and endless revelry. Over the years, Vicenza's body became covered in scales, becoming long and sinuous. She no longer left her lair, which was filled with specimens of delicious degradation and corrupted wisdom. The minds of Aeobus 5 grew deeper and deeper, and soon the planet became the darkest and most frightening colony of the Expanse, the final stop for the exiled and the damned. The brutal, hardened inhabitants of the Death World feared neither humans nor xeno-horrors, knew no mercy, and were known as the most fearsome fighters in the sector, who had traded their lives for the right to leave the eternal darkness of the mines. Guarded, luxurious palaces were built under the climate domes, shrouded by clouds of poison. They housed so many powerful blackguards, persecuted aristocrats, and wealthy scoundrels that Aeobus 6 gained unimaginable political influence. Such grand and sinister deeds were done there that before long the grim Death World was spoken of as the new political center of the Expanse. The cult of the Final Dawn gladly submitted to their new leader from the Von Valentius dynasty. They saw in him the promised harbinger of the final daybreak, whose light would change the Expanse forever. Seeing the true champion of the Dark Gods in the rogue traitor, the Word-Bearers established themselves in the Von Valentius Dements. Hey! Thousands of scribes scratched away on data slates, slowly losing their minds as they recorded the words of unholy teachings, and thousands of voxes broadcast the Word-Bearers' hideous sermons across the Expanse. Earlon the Cruel was not an advisor to the rogue traitor for long. During a session of vile worship with his master, he was struck by a vision that was equally frightening and awe-inspiring. The terror instilled in his heart of the hardened heretic was so profound and incomprehensible that Earlon promptly embarked on a journey. The Eye of Terror itself was his goal. There, he hoped to find someone who could interpret the vision that had overwhelmed him. No one could say if fate would ever lead him back to the Expanse, or if the rogue traitor would accept him if he did. After recovering from Corda's regime, Footfall reclaimed its status as the trading hub of the Expanse. Having learned a bitter lesson, Vladimir Takara created the Footfall Partisans Militia, a well-equipped mercenary army that answered only to him. A modicum of order returned to the station. Why is this here?
I know.
Chronologically, we are all over the place.
Yeah.
The changes the Von Valentius dynasty brought to the Footfall endured on the station long after. The time of iniquity declared by the rogue trader turned Footfall into a nest of depravity. Peaceful traders could hardly find a place to dock among the pirate ships, and merchants no longer even bothered to wipe the blood from their ill-gotten goods. The Imperial Navy tried to free Footfall from the Bane 3 times, but each time retreating with heavy losses. The Drusian preachers dwelling on the station turned into grim ascetics, ridden with ulcers and swelling with disease. Many voidsmen looking for redemption were attracted to the new forbidding image of the cult. Rumors abounded that the recurring technical breakdowns poisoning entire asteroids were the work of the Drusians, who led their flock through suffering to faith, a new faith. Leech Takara, who's still doing stuff, under a secret oath of loyalty to the rogue traders, slowly but surely corrupted the station. During the restoration of the magnificent statue of the God Emperor, his craftsmen introduced faults in the structure that were invisible to the naked eye. And yet, later, astropaths noticed that the light of the Astronomicon was greatly dimmed around Footfall. The corrupted harvest from Janus was reaped in Footfall's aggro chapels. The food cooked from it sowed the seeds of corruption among the station's citizens and bred veracity in all things. Hedonistic cults appeared seemingly out of nowhere all over the station, the most prominent among them being the cult of the Blessed Harvest. It took it upon itself to cultivate tainted crops so that everyone could taste the fruit of true faith. The Rykat system turned into a purulent wound of corruption, poisoning the Empire. The surreal energies of the yawning warp legion held its planets together even in the absence of the gravitational pull of the star, defying the very laws of existence. Immense depravity took root on Rykad Minoris, and it poured out into other systems with vile glee. After returning to the place where his path as a rogue trader had begun, Falcon von Valanchus founded a new capital in Rykad Minoris, asserting his right to rule over any manifestation of the warp's horror in the Coronis Expanse. Rumors of the rotting remains of an Aldari craft world spread around the Expanse. Explorators, privateers, Caspuilla agents, and anyone hungry for easy money all rushed to the frontier systems to vie for a piece of the prize. Some were swallowed by the warp, while others perished in skirmishes with their rival. The most skilled and fortunate returned empty-handed after decades of searching. The colossal ship, as big as an imperial world, simply vanished, as if it had never existed. But the legend of the forbidden treasure lived on and continued to bring daring souls to ruin. Half a century later, the Expanse trembled to the echo of Aldari war songs. Myriad warbands appeared out of nowhere, leaving a trail of bodies in their wake before disappearing into webway gates masterfully hidden from the eyes of Monkey. The children of Asurin had come to avenge the death of the craft world Krudrach. Their woeful retribution lasted many decades until both races were war-torn and out of blood to spill. Somewhere on the underside of reality lay Komora, woven from manifold other dimensions and illuminated as always with the light of stolen suns, its streets ever filled with screams and agony. Any misfortune experienced by the Dark City became another scar on its appalling face, lost among thousands of other vile blemishes. As long as pain pulsed in its blood-soaked spires, the insatiable and unshakable Komora continued its fight through the webway, along with its unchanging ruler, the leader of the Cabal of the Black Heart, and the most dangerous of all Drukhari, Adstrubael Vect. After the rogue trader's visit, dimensional rifts opened around the spire of the Reaving Tempest, flooding the streets of Komora with demons. The incursion terrified Komora. The Cabal and the Black Heart managed to stop it, but some Archons saw the event as a sign of their leader's weakness. Others interpreted it as a grim omen for the entirety of the Dark City. Perhaps they were right. Not all the abominations from the Immaterium that broke into the spires of the Reaving Tempest were hunted down. Entities that served the edge of daybreak hid in the darkest corners, making plans for the further destruction of the Dark City and waiting for the perfect moment to strike. They knew the opportunity would present itself very soon. The fall of the Cabal of the Reaving Tempest united Komora in a brief and bloody moment. The elites of the Dark City set their squabbles aside and found a new game in tearing apart the domain of the Archon Emeris. The fate of the Reaving Tempest reminded the other Cabals that nothing lasts forever in the Dark City, save the city itself. As they were leaving the Necron systems, Nomos destroyed every tomb world of the ancient Xenos. Some eternal strife had awakened within the young deity, demanding that the planets of the undead be obliterated. Again, chronology. The voice of Voxmaster Vigdis Suri Autumn of the Ptolemon dynasty was long heard in the Coronis Expanse. Its echo embedded itself in the vox frequencies of the worlds of the rogue trader had visited, driving those who had the misfortune of hearing it mad. Through deranged laughter and wretched weeping, the message could be heard. Valanchus comes. As the years passed, Master Helmsman Raver's ill temper became even more unbearable. Continuing his never-ending watch on the bridge, he tormented any member of the crew whom he deemed not sufficiently diligent in fulfilling their duties. Holding the helm with his many hands, he woefully pronounced grim prophecies, filling hearts with despair. High Factotum Janus Danrock became so corpulent that he was unable to leave his chambers, preferring to administer affairs through messengers. His monumental body could not squeeze onto the common decks, which was for the better. The High Factotum's tastes, both refined and hideous, represented a flagrant example of moral depravity, and proved too odious for even the rogue trader's crew to witness. Jocasta Sauerback serves as the rogue trader's master-at-arms for many years. Yeah, she sucks. At the head of the horde of frenzied enforcers, she landed on worlds and boarded stations to replenish the ship's crew with new captives. If any dared resist, she would beat them to death with her merciless maul. Those who submitted to her were never seen again. Each landing and boarding added scars to her stern face until it disappeared and completely left behind a riot of old wounds with only a pair of eyes on it, ablaze with hatred. She earned the fearsome sobriquet, the Lady of Scars. Zacharias' obsession and his dark proclivities grew even more apparent His choir was replenished with captive astropaths from worlds and ships ransacked by the rogue trader. A ghostly gathering of souls taken by the warp would surround him as he sat behind an organ of living flesh and played upon it a symphony of despair, the Immaterium his only audience. Urban Drive Stem cared more about preserving the influence of his line than the well-being of his protectorate. His blind ambition lost him his governor's seat and the respect of his family. Within a few generations, one of the largest houses of Dargonis turned into an obscure family of petty aristocrats. Gaprak missed the moment when her family, which had previously functioned like a well-oiled machine, started to fall apart. Racked by infighting among her distant relatives, many blamed Torinia for the Kaba Gamma disaster. Soon, the Gaprak family splintered into warring factions and spent centuries locked in a violent struggle, only to occasionally punctuate by futile attempts to reunite the house. Profane orders issued by the rogue trader in defiance of the commandments of the God Emperor pushed Macarius Sauerback to betray his master. But the traitor in the making was turned over to the rogue trader by the son of a zealous aristocrat, no longer held back by his father's authority. Hector Sauerback, as the new head of his house, was quick to indulge in new opportunities previously beyond his reach. The death of House Viserion was met with silent glee by the nobility on Dargonis. Their ravenous hunger was whetted. Corruption, larceny, and the loss of control over the capital fleet led to economic collapse not only on the capital world, but through the protectorate as well. The retribution that Nocturne of Oblivion promised the rogue trader arrived when a relentless Aldari Avenger swept down on the Von Valentis protectorate. In their wake, several Harlequin troops performed the monstrous and mesmerizingly bloody Melody of Coals fading in the night that bathed Janus in the sorrow and fury of the playwright in a horned mask. The savage deeds that Gordai Skatov witnessed on Footfall traumatized him forever. His architectural genius was shattered. Only the rare collections of true connoisseurs held his work, written in a shaky hand, Footfall, the ultimate void station and mortuary. The Expanse is full of strange stories, yet one of the most bizarre tales emerged in the wake of rogue trader Von Valantis's rise to prominence. According to the legend, on every world the rogue trader visited, people or objects would suddenly vanish without a trace if they found themselves in the same room as a mirror, even an utterly ordinary one. The fact that the Von Valantis flagship had been infected with the Gene Stealer cult's corruption was kept a secret. The rogue trader's prestige and reputation had to be protected from harm, and all that remained was to hope that no new seeds of aberration were sprouting in other dark corners of the Coronis expanse. After losing his family, Abelard Viserion continued his service under the rogue trader. The embittered seneschal established tyrannical rule on the decks. Several years later, he died at the hands of crewmen revolting against his draconian decrees and punishments.
Doubt. Press X to doubt. X in chat, people.
The death part, or the fact that he's draconian in his decrees?
Dead. Oh no, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's the part where like deck rats killed a Primarch.
Fair. The Expanse was falling even further into darkness, surrendering to the power of the enemies of humanity, but even in the deepest shadow, a spark can be found. A white-haired maiden, carrying a silver star with a charged shard of an aquila at her waist, began to enter the dreams of the faithful across the sector. She inspired the bold to rise up against the forces of the archenemy, and for the frail, the sick, and those tormented in captivity, she offered solace and words of strength to embolden them in the face of suffering. Second spinner Cabela of the Bloodspun Web served the Vizier and the Daemon loyally, but over the years, alarming changes transformed her further and further. Caught in a tangle of doubts, Cabela began to neglect the Emperor's tarot, for its readings were terrifying, contradictory, and enigmatic. The Undying One gave her a different kind of sign through her dreams, and Cabela killed even more often, sending souls to the Emperor in their dozens and hundreds. She took a vow of silence and never spoke again, her armor crusted over with the rust and gore. There were whispers of her insanity among the crew, but no one would dare stand up to the sacred bodyguard of the Lord Captain himself. Many marveled at the tolerance with which Cabela regarded the rogue trader's obvious signs of apostasy, but the day came when the Undying One revealed to Cabela that it was time for the Daemon to depart. She came up to the bridge in ceremonial dress, recited a prayer, and tried to execute the Undying One's bidding. The outcome was a foregone conclusion. Cabela was struck down, and the Lord Captain's throne was encrusted with her still alive, bleeding body. Using unholy sorcery to hold life within her dying flesh, the Daemon prevented the soul of his once faithful companion from passing on to the Undying One. When the Lady Navigator service came to an end, Cassia left the rogue trader and returned to House Orselio's embrace. It was rumored that a new Novator would soon take the throne and the house would be reborn after years of silence. Alas, the inauguration did not come to pass, as the discord within the house flared up and turned into a fratricidal war. Lady Cassia died at its outset, taking the lives of many loyalists and renegades with her. The other Navigator houses made efforts to scatter the remains of the once great House Orselio and absorb what was left of it. Where... Did we tell House Orselio that she was dead? What did we do?
Yeah, I think we told her that she was dead.
And just told her that she's not leaving.
Yeah.
She was like, okay.
And then I guess eventually she was like, well, it's been a century. I'm gonna go. And they were like, oh my god, Cassia, you're alive? Instant civil war within the house. She kills a bunch of them and dies. Yeah. Yeah. I'm okay with that.
Adira Talas pledged her loyalty to the ruinous powers to save her damned soul and allowed herself to merge with the voices that had been directing her for so long. For centuries, the many-faced monstrosity she eventually turned into guided the rogue trader on the path of corruption with wicked prophecies spoken by its innumerable mouths. Only Falcon Van Valanchus himself could decipher a single truthful message from the thousands of profane utterances in the maddening cacophony of voices. Whoever wrote this game had the best time.
Yeah.
Tortured by the mysteries of his origins, betrayal, and the legacy of Archmagos Amernat, Pascal could not find peace. After several years, he was found dead in the ship's tech chapel, strangled by his own mechadendrites. Whether scrap code was deliberately planted in his mind, or he simply went mad, no one knows. Such was the echo of the deeds of the road trader of House Von Valanchus, deeds that transformed the Coronis expanse and prepared it for events even darker and more violent. But those are the events of a different story, and this one has come to an end. Good gravy, that epilogue is forever long.
Yeah, it is.
Oh. All right, Owlcat. Good job.
Yep. A very rough diamond.
Yeah, I'd argue that. Better than some 40k games, worse than others.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Where do you think it
Definitely.
ranks?
In just 40k games?
Yeah.
Or just Okay, so 40k games have a huge glut of great games at the moment.
Okay.
Actually, Warhammer Skulls is set to take place in 6 days, and that's their big gaming event, right? Where a bunch of their games are going to be on special and all getting new updates.
Okay.
But they have a picture here with the 9 big titles that are either out or set to come out. So the Space Marine 2, that's top 5. That's a great game. Dark Tide, that's probably top 5 for me, but it is a live service game, right? So there isn't a huge story, but it is very fun to play. It's Left 4 Dead, right? Then there's Mechanicus. I think that's great. It's like an XCOM. Mechanicus 2 comes out in 6 days or 5 days. They announced it was hey, it's coming out next week. So I'm going to be playing a crap ton of that.
Okay.
Let me search by other Warhammer games, because I know I'll have more in my Steam library than just what's...
Yeah.
Okay, there's kind of a lot. So, Warpforge is a card game. It's Hearthstone. It's fine. I wouldn't put it top 10. Speed Freaks is a racing combat game, orc game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's free to play if you want to play that for a little bit at some point. Shooter's Blood and Teeth is another orc game. That is a co-op side-scrolling shooter.
Okay.
It's a game that I really want to play with friends, but I don't have any who want to play it. Inquisitor is their Diablo-like. That's a really good game. Gladius is their 4X turn-based strategy. It's decent enough. Like I enjoy it, but it's not like crazy good. Interestingly enough, the developers, Proxy Studios, released another game called Zephon.
Okay.
And I got into an argument on Twitter with someone because if you look at screenshots of Gladius and Zephon side by side, they've basically just reskinned the engine.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this feels pretty lazy to be asking for like another $90 for this game.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a little bit more that's like new, and it's not even a new 40k game. It's just some other fantasy game. Like they're like, oh, it's our own grimdark, universe. It's definitely not 40k. Okay, sure, buddy. Let's see. We've also got the regular RTSs. Dawn of War, 1 and 2 are classic. 3 isn't talked about. 4's coming, and it's hopefully going to be good. Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, very fun game. I recommend that one single player if you wanted to play it. Bolt Gun is a boomer shooter that is way better than it has any right to be.
Space Marine?
Yeah, you play as Malium Kato, I think his name is. Yeah, it's Doom, like Doom 64 kind of Doom.
I understand what a boomer shooter is, yes. What's up, Shield Battery?
I'm explaining it to other people.
They know what it is, too.
Yeah, okay, great. Battle Sector is it's a turn-based tactics game where you control squads through various missions. The missions are fine. It's like this is a great game to pick up on sale. If you can pick it up for like $10, totally worth going through the campaign. They have a VR game called Battle Sister. It's a VR game, so it's a bit jank by default, but I enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's just like a fraction of what's out.
Yeah.
If you include all the old games, like the Tau game that just I can't remember what it's called. Fire Warrior. That's what it is. Warhammer Fire Warrior. And there's all the other ones like Final Liberation.
Right.
All those games that came out ages ago that they've just re-released. There is like 30 games.
Yeah.
30 Warhammer games, and like we have Bolt Gun 2 coming out, Dawn of War 4, Warhammer Survivors, which is their Vampire Survivors. I don't know if it's collab or just knockoff, but that'll probably be great because there's a fan-made version of HoloLive, and it's made by 2 people and is incredible. How like easy that formula is to take and adapt. You just need like a pre-existing IP of being like, well, we need 40 characters. Does Warhammer have 40 characters, Falcon? I think it might. Right?
Yeah,
so I
maybe.
think they can do a lot with that formula. Dark Heresy, another Outcat game, which I'm hoping they'll have fixed. So there's a lot. Would I put Rogue Trader in the top 10? Maybe, but it would be near the bottom.
Got it.
Yeah.
My game
It's just
crashed?
too janky in places. No. Oh.
It was
yes.
It was at backers and then it stopped. What about the backers, game? What about the backers? I
What about
wanted
the
to see the
backers?
backers. Gotta do the credits again. Oh wait, I'm not doing that.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not doing that.
No. All right. Well, good game. Died a lot, but it is 40k. I guess that's lore accurate.
It's lore accurate.
Yeah. Cool. So that's it. That is our playthrough of Rogue Trader. This one, anyway.
Yeah.
We'll be back with more something at some point. We'll talk about it.
So I was just updating my spreadsheet while the credits were going of all the stuff that I played. We finished our last playthrough 22 months ago, almost to like the day.
Oh,
Right.
nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so we finished it in July, right?
Yeah.
July of 2024. Which means tune in 2026, not 2026, 2028 when we come back to do our dogmatic playthrough.
Right, right.
Right? Put that in your calendars, people.
It will be time by then.
Yeah.
So
I am
you are?
I am very annoyed that, like, because you're Chaos, you just get the ending where Nomos, you take control of Nomos. That was cheap.
Yeah.
That sucked.
What if you don't have Nomos? What happens?
I don't know.
I mean, there's a way you can try to control it. There were a lot of options there.
There were. There's even one where you can, like, submit to it and pray to it and stuff.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, good stuff. So in the end, where would you say Rogue Trader fits? Top third, middle third, bottom third?
Bottom third.
Bottom third?
Top of bottom third. Like,
upper bottom third?
yeah, like, I don't know. Like, games I would sooner replay than this. Dark Tide, probably.
Yeah.
Chaos Gate Demon Hunters, probably, so that's 2. I'm looking forward to playing Survivors and Mechanicus 2, so that's 4 that's already on top of it. I'd probably replay Space Marine 2 before I replay this again. Inquisitor, I could see playing with friends, like it's a Diablo game. I played it a bunch with Duddles. It's fine, it's good. Yeah, so I mean, I put it above stuff like Dawn of War because I haven't played them, and they're a bit hard for me to get into.
Fair.
But I understand their cultural importance to the Warhammer community. Yeah, I think it's Warhammer's. This game is suffering from the success of Warhammer games at the moment.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right.
I'd probably play this over Space Wolf. I think the game sucks.
It's too bad.
Yeah, I mean, it's a card game, tactics game. Yeah. It came out, it's not even available on Steam anymore. Yeah. I could download it because I already own it, but it was like a mobile game. Yeah. Explains why it sucked.
Yeah. All right. Let's get a raid going. We'll be back at some point. Back with StarCraft tomorrow. StarCraft 2 as well. So thanks for being here. Happy and Shield Battery. And Somicron. And we will see you guys later. Goodbye.
Oh man, I didn't even mention Battlefleet Gothic.
Oh.
Yeah.
Of course. Battle through